know each other pretty well. They play together in the IPL, so it's pretty friendly out there, and it's great to watch. And what a fantastic stadium this is. I think it's very intimate. The crowd's really close to the ground. There's fresh air coming through the stadium, so it's nice to play at a venue like this where it's not concrete, sort of like a Coliseum. I like this sort of venue. I think it's suited for T20 tonight. It's going to be exciting. Both teams in pretty good form. I've never seen David bat live, so I'm looking forward to seeing that tonight. Mitch Marsh doing a good job. India, quality side, so it's all set up for a great game. 1-1, India, Australia. That rivalry is pretty fierce now. Both teams are generally the top teams in world cricket, so they both want to obviously get one over the opposition and win the series.
Another player who has taken a lot of headlines in recent times is Jasprit Bumrah. But there's always a question around his workload, how to manage him. If you were a captain managing Jasprit Bumrah, what would you say? Play all the games or pick and choose as per your body allows you? What would be your
I think as a captain you'd be selfish to say I want you to play every game. He's such a great bowler and he's capable of winning matches. I think at his age, and he's played a lot of cricket, he would know his body better than anyone else. So he's a good judge of that. And I think players like Bumrah, they want to play as much as they can. I mean, it's a real privilege to play for your country. It's an honour. You never know when your last game is. So if I'm someone like him, I'd play as much as I can. Not think about resting or conserving energy or maybe looking after the body. I think if you're ready to play, then you go and represent your country.
Steve, since we are talking about this particular ground and India playing here, India women last year I think they played a test match at this venue. They have recently won the World Cup, of course. So do you think that women's cricket will grow after India winning the World Cup like what we have seen maybe after 2007 when India won the T20 World Cup, T20 cricket grew?
I think women's sport in general is taking off around the world and it's great to see. And, cricket for sure. I mean, India winning the World Cup, the women's team winning, and that was a fantastic victory after losing a couple of games, playing so well in the big matches. I'm sure they have enormous support, and it's great. They're now role models for the young girls in India. You can see a pathway to playing professional sport, representing your country, and being professional cricketers. So I think women's cricket in India is just about to boom and take off. And I'm sure it has this week, and I'd love to see them playing more out in Australia. Australia versus India anywhere is fantastic. So let's see them play out here on the Gold Coast as well.
Would you have liked ODI game also to be played here because of the presence of Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma in that squad and the kind of the fan following that they bring to the table? Will you miss their presence here?
Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, two all-time great players, and Virat Kohli probably the greatest one-day player of all time. I think you want to see them play everywhere. I mean, people on the Gold Coast would have loved to have seen them play, but they can't play every match. And whilst they're still playing for India, that's fantastic. That they've got a modern T20 side now, a lot of exciting stars playing. The game has got to evolve, but it's always great to see all-time great players in action. Someone like Virat Kohli, that's once in a generation sort of player. So if you get a chance, you want to see him play.
Thank you.
One last one on the Ashes. Steve, you called for George to make the hard calls. How long would you give saying who's moved? He can't hold it on there.
Yeah, look, that was just I was just answering a question yesterday, and I thought that potentially we could have made the transition a bit smoother. I think that the last 18 months we could have had a couple of openers put in place. We've had Steve Smith opening batting, Travis Head, Sam Constance, or Smith Wise. It's been up and down and a bit mixed messages. I think that could have been planned a little bit better. And with George Waugh, I guess I was referring to making a hard call going back to Tim Payne when he sort of excused himself for making a call on Tim Payne's selection. I think as a chairman of selectors, you've got to make hard calls even if they're your friends. And that's part of your job. So that's more what I was referring to yesterday. Tough calls have got to be made in any sport, and it's not always easy. And chairman of selectors, you're not going to be the most popular person, but sometimes you've got to just make the hard calls for the benefit of the team. Well, he's in the side, so he's got to score runs like anyone else. There's no one's guaranteed a spot. And I was actually surprised Usman was picking the side last week, but now he's in the team. He's got to score runs like everyone else, and it doesn't matter what you've done in the past or what you may do in the future. It's about this next game in Perth, and that's crucial that the top order get runs.
One from the outfield, Stephen. Apologies if you've answered this before, but the Gabba's future very much on the line. How do you feel about that, and does it open the door for other venues like this to host bigger cricket matches?
Well, I'm not really privy to whether Gabba's on the line or not. It's something I haven't heard, but I think it's good to see other venues like this get opportunities. It's a great stadium. People at Gold Coast love their sport, and I'm sure tonight they'll show their passion for, following Australia in here. There's going to be a lot of excitement, a lot of noise. And it's good for other stadiums and other venues to get opportunities. The test matches, I guess the players are used to playing in the same sort of venues. The Gabba's been really a fortress for Australian cricket for a long time, so I'm sure the players will still want to play at the Gabba, but it's great to have other options out there.